Hey guys, I'm Cubeoid, and welcome to my RotaryCraft tutorial series, episode 5. Yeah, this one's 5. So, in the last episode I showed how to make ethanol and the gasoline engine and the fermenters and the centrifuge, that kind of stuff. And in this area over here, the next episode, I will be showing multiple things, mainly focused on kind of like the farming part of the mod. Okay. Yeah, the sides of the shafts disappear when you're too far away. That's not a setting, or at least a setting I know how to change, but yeah. And yeah, so I'm going to be mainly focusing on the farming part. I did not manage to fit all of the stuff in this one area, so there will be another episode with the farming stuff in it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of this in one half-an-hour max video, but if I do, it's going to be a longer one, but might as well just get into it. So, an engine I should have covered a while back is the what's it called? The wind turbine. It's less powerful than the steam engine, so in kind of like the tiers of engines, the DC electric engine being first, that second, then you get to the steam engine, and yes, it makes noise. So, yeah. And yeah, so then the steam engine, then the gasoline engine, and yeah. Okay, so might as well just get into how to make it. So I'll quickly go over the crafting recipes for the items required to craft it. So this first item is a shaft core. It requires 2 shaft units and 1 HSLA steel ingot. It can be put in the shaft units can be put in the other way, but might as well put them in this way. Whatever. Then we have ball bearings. These are just made by putting an HSLA steel ingot into a crafting table anywhere, and that gives you 4 of them. And there's a not really alternate recipe, but if you want to make 16 at a time, you can do that by having 4 HSLA steel in kind of the top left corner of the crafting grid. It has to be in that corner. If you put it in this corner, it works. Wait a minute. Okay, apparently that does work. Okay, so just having 4 HSLA steel in the crafting grid will make it in kind of a square shape. Will give you 16 ball bearings. On to the next thing. So next thing, we use the ball bearings for this. You need to make a shaft bearing. This requires 1 HSLA steel ingot and 8 ball bearings. And then you're going to use kind of all of these for this. You're going to use the shaft bearing at the end, shaft core in the middle, and an HSLA steel gear at the back. This cannot be changed like that. I wonder if you can also put it that way. So that's how you make the hub. And one last thing, this is the propeller blade. This is made using a shaft unit, HSLA steel ingot, and a base panel in one kind of row. That gives you 1 propeller blade, and it can also be crafted the other way around. Something I should have mentioned before, which for some reason I didn't, is that using Tinker's Construct, you can, one second, just need to turn down my, oh, that's up. I need to just turn down the sound of my headphones. It was a bit loud, the opening of the chest, but, so you can, instead of having to waste like a whole bunch of steel to craft multiple of one item, such as the base panels. I don't know, I forgot what the base panels were again, 1 second. So again, the base panels made 3 of them using 3 steel. What if you only wanted 1, and you only want to use 1 steel? Well, you take your base panel cast, or you take your propeller blade cast, or your shaft unit cast, or your gear cast, and you put it into a, well, you make them by pretty much plopping it down on a casting table, the actual item itself, whether it be a gear or a propeller, and you pour gold onto it. That's Tinker's Construct stuff. I'm not going to cover that in a RotaryCraft tutorial. So let's say you want to make the gear, you plop that in, floss it, and it makes you a nice gear. To make one gear, it does not use a full bucket. It might use a single ingot, but yeah. So you can see kind of there in Willa it's telling you how much it uses. So to make one propeller, it takes, well, that much steel. And you can also make the base panel and shaft unit. So yeah, that's something you can use the Tinker's Construct cast for if you don't want to have to craft this and that. And if you have a smeltery, it will be useful. Yes, I made a really tiny smeltery that sticks out of the wall. Why not? Okay. Now, how to make the actual wind turbine. You need 8 propeller blades and 1 hub, and that gives you 2 wind turbines. And the actual power it makes is, I have a shaft coming down from that wind turbine here, down to this dynamometer or something. But, so power, it makes, well, I'll just show you what it makes using Willa because that's not right. So power is 8.192 kilowatts. It makes 8 newton meters torque, and the speed is 1.024 kiloradians a second. So that's kiloradian a second is 1,000. So that's about, so it's 1,024 radians a second, I think. And this is slightly lower than that, just because I don't have it high enough. But so this is very close to the max. It goes pretty much. If you put an item in front, if you have it pretty much, instead of looking for height, this thing pretty much is looking for space in front of it. Like, I can pretty much put this on the ground and it will work just fine. You can see the speed's a bit reduced, but still torque's the same. So you don't have to put it that high, but it's mostly looking for free space in front of it. Let me just demonstrate with the one I had just placed on the ground, but then promptly broke. So if I place it in front of it, the wind turbine. You do get 2 of them per crafting recipe, so you could use a shaft junction or something. What is it called? I believe it's shaft junction. But yeah, you can put those together and get double the torque. And because of their fairly high speed, you could put a gearbox on there, and that would work well. Okay, so on to some of the bit about, well, most mods have a way, like not RotaryCraft. Buildcraft has its pipes. Immersive Engineering has conveyor belts. A lot of other mods have a kind of pipe. And RotaryCraft has a type of pipe, or sort of thing. It's a pipe, but it's 1 block big. And this is the pneumatic item pump. I'll show you how to craft it. You can craft 16 of them just using 6 base panels, 2 liquid pipes, and 1 impeller. That gives you 6 of them. And another thing you can make is the item vacuum, and this, when given power, it will sucks in nearby items and XP. And I hear a fire sound for some reason. But so how you craft it is you have to use black wool, and you need 4 HSLA steel ingots for that, a chest, an impeller, and the 3 black wool, and that gives you 1 item vacuum. I think it's pretty good. It has kind of like a black wool texture on it. It does, it's just kind of hard to see. And so, how to use the pneumatic item pumps. So, wait a second. There. So pretty much, first of all, these things, they use, so that's their minimum power is the same power as a DC electric engine. So you see the speed is the same and the power is the same. They don't seem to care about torque, but just using an electric engine will power them just fine. And you put the power in where at this end block where it is pulling out of an inventory. So if I put some wool in here, and you don't need to power all of these. So if I turn this on, I have the wool around it, so it's not going to be that loud. It pulls all of that wool out there and puts it in the chest. And with the pneumatic item pumps, they can actually turn corners. And you do not need to power this one. You just need to power the side that is connected to whatever inventory you're pulling out of. The end, the starting piece, which is that one. Put this in here. Turn it on. And very quickly, it pulls all of that wool out of the chest, around that bend, and into the chest. This is the item vacuum. Now, this thing requires a bit more power than the item tubes or the pneumatic item pumps. They require the same power as a steam engine. So I just kind of have a steam engine here and a shaft going under. You can see the shaft is spinning, and this thing is powered all the way. By just throwing items near it, you can see they are sucked in. Nice little pop sound. Now the range is fairly good. How far does this range go? So no, I don't know how far that is, but it's like, I have no idea. But you can just kind of, so if you have something where you need to suck up items, this thing will work well. And you can combine this with the item pumps to suck away your items into some sort of sorting system. And here you can see the item vacuum book tab. So it pretty much just tells you what it does. It can, so if you, apparently if you shift, what's this? If you shift right click with a screwdriver, it will suck items out of adjacent inventories, or well, horizontal. It will suck inventories out from, the brain blue screens, but never mind. And it won't suck out of the inventories of other vacuums. And here it just gives you the required power. And the range is 8 plus power times 4 slash, I think that's its max range. So its max range, I think, is a 4,096 blocks or meters. And its range is the input power. Well, I don't know what that is, but you can, yeah, if someone knows what that means. And it can also suck in with something such as a furnace, and you smelt like something such as iron in it, and you take the iron out, you get a little bit of XP with that. And this thing will, I think you get where I'm going, will suck the item, or will suck the item out of the furnace as well with the XP. So that's a fairly good function. Or you could just use it to suck the XP out. So you can see this, and it just throws up all the XP. And with the pneumatic item pumps, by right-clicking it, I forgot to talk about this, but you can kind of set all settings. So you can set it to ignore or use metadata, you can set it to blacklist or whitelist, whatever you have in here. Which blacklist pretty much says blacklist is it's not allowed. So if you have it on blacklist and you put stuff in here, it won't suck those out. I believe that's how that works. But whitelist, it will only suck those out. And ignore NDT, that's like stuff. And or dictionary is like so. Different mods have like different types of copper. The or dictionary pretty much allows all of those different types of copper to be used as one. So yeah. And you can hear my dad yelling at my brother, but never mind that. And yeah, so that's the item packing. And this is decent amount, so if I shift right click on this, will it not do that? Wait, does that mean it's easier? I'm kind of confused, but whatever. You can skip forward in the video if you want, while I just kind of experiment with this for a second. Right click. Right click it with the screwdriver. The item will also suck items from inventories horizontally adjacent to it, except for other packs. I think this would be able to suck it out. Maybe it doesn't have enough power. But that's just a theory used to get XP out of your things. Then this, so kind of into the farming part. This is the soil hydrator. To craft it, you need 2 base panels and 3 pieces of oak wood, as well as 2 steel ingots and 1 ladder. And yeah, you get what I'm crafting. And the thing looks pretty good. Kind of has its wood mesh on top. But yeah, as you may have saw from a quick glance earlier, you pretty much put it on the ground at the same level as the dirt, and it will put this neat little kind of flowing water lines on the soil, and any plant that is growing where the flowing water line texture is, it not only will this hydrate the soil or the farmland, so you can plant canola on it, it will also increase the growth speed of things growing on it. Let me just get the RotaryCraft book for a second. Go into the farming section. Here, soil hydrator. So it pretty much hydrates farmland without the need of a water source block, accelerates crop growth. It can also slow or reverse humus decay, and can accelerate. Oh, apparently my dad had just dropped the salmon he had finished barbecuing. Okay, never mind. I don't like salmon much anyway, but whatever. Okay, so humus, which is pretty much a thing from, I believe, forestry. You can pretty much plant plants into it without having to hoe the soil. And over time, I believe it decays into just dirt or something like that. But yeah, apparently this could slow or reverse that process of it. Or does it does it turn into dirt? I don't know what it does. I've never really used it much. But then something I have used is bog earth to peat. So it's a block you plant in the ground, and pretty much over time it will turn into peat, a block of peat. And this increased, or it accelerates the conversion of that. And there's nothing in the next section. And from doing a little bit of testing, I found that just these things have a range of about, I don't know what to say, not ideally, about, no, what was it? It was 6 blocks. So 6 blocks away from it, so like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, oh, there goes my frame rate for some reason, 4, 5, 6. So I should do about, here, let's just see that. See if that's true. Just grab myself some sort of hoe here. Yeah, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so 6 blocks. Its range is 6 blocks. Oh, got one. And then I just have a water pipe going to a reservoir just outside the wall there. Actually, no, I don't remember where I put the reservoir, but I think it's underneath. But so there's video time is already 21 minutes. This section here, you know what, I think I'm going to leave that for another video. That's the end of this RotaryCraft tutorial number 5, and see you in the next one.